Good afternoon, everybody, and happy 2024. Yes, we are back with our first edition of Fishtown Features, where we highlight the people, the places, and things that make our corridor the envy of the region. And why not start with Fishtown's first couple and the master of all things finances. Here at the Princeton Group, we have the lovely Matt Adams and the lovelier Caroline Jones. Don't be offended. Let me pick one. And she has a title. By the way, for those that don't know, Caroline is a former
Miss Pennsylvania Volunteer 2022.
Can you do the way? Always have to make it. But thanks for joining us today. We love your spot. We're here at 2327.
Yes.
Right? Frankford Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about, first of all, what the Princeton Group is, and then more importantly, why here? Why Fishtown?
Sure. So the Princeton Group is a wealth management practice where we focus on helping people reach their financial goals. And Matt and I live in Fishtown. We love this neighborhood and we wanted to bring financial advice and education to our community.
So, and what drew, because one of the things that certainly I was privileged enough to be able to work with you to try to help find a spot. This location at this portion of the corridor was important to you. Why? Matt?
The reason that this area is very important to us is this feels like it's more of the residential side of Fishtown. And what we do is we help families and we help people in our community. And we felt that having a space in the community more so than closer to the commercial corridor was very important because we feel like this is where the families are. And this is where the families that we want to help are.
And one of the things when we were talking before the camera rolled, because we even do talk when I'm not on camera, that the misconception that people have with what you do is you have to have this vast fortune to come see you. That's not necessarily true, right?
Absolutely not. And our industry has a long history of feeding on exclusivity and throwing the red velvet rope up to say you can only have that. And we disagree with that. We think that everybody deserves a financial education. Everybody deserves to have a degree of financial literacy. And we're here to help people with retirement planning and investment planning, which it goes beyond just investing, buying stocks, buying bonds. It's more about listening to you and what your goals are and seeing how we can make that happen.
Love that. And one of the things we talked before, because I even do research for these things, and looking at your website, and yours was the first, Caroline, when I told you that I ever seen do it. Most will always have that section that says about us, and it's got the beautiful pictures of the two of you, and all. Yours doesn't do that. It has pictures of you, but it says about you.
Exactly.
Why is that important?
Well, it's all about the client, and every client is unique. Every individual has unique goals, and we create an investment plan, a retirement plan to fit that individual's goals. Before we even get to giving financial advice, we want to get to know every person that comes talk with us. We want them to share their story and have a relationship with us so that we can, make sure that we're a good fit. They could get to trust us a little bit, and then we'll get to talking about investments.
Because that really is important. It's a matter of you become part of these people's lives.
Very much so.
Exactly.
Right? And not just, okay, we're going to put, this is a great investment. Because a great investment for me might not be a great investment,
Exactly.
I don't know, for our friend Kay over there.
Exactly.
One of the things that's very important to us is to look at each person individually and uniquely, because as unique as people are in general, so are their financial needs and so are their financial goals. And to your point that we get very involved, yes, we deal with people who have goals of dreaming, retiring, paying for their kids' education, buying homes, starting a business, selling a business. These are all huge life milestones that we are an intricate part of, and we want people to be happy. We want people to feel excited for when they hit these milestones, and we try to take a little bit of the fear and the uncertainty out of it by putting some numbers behind their decisions and walking them through it.
And that's the word fear, because I think that's it. No matter what it is, no matter what you invest in, no matter what steps you take, you're actually having that very honest look at someone's, not just finances, but dreams.
Yes.
I'm here, but I want to get to here. That's got to be a daunting task both for the person coming in, but also for the both of you. How do you take ownership of that, and why is that so invigorating for you? Well, Caroline?
Yeah, We try to make it as comfortable as possible. Even how we designed our office, we designed it so intentionally to show that, we want to be transparent.
I would say the hardest part for most people is just opening the door and saying, hey, I think I need a little bit of help. And it's an understanding because a lot of people feel that they might not be suitable. And that's due to the industry that's made it say that you are only worthy of getting quality financial advice if you make X amount of dollars, if you've already accomplished this in your life.
Sure.
And we don't want people to feel that fear. So what we've done is we've tried to make this area feel as welcoming, as comfortable as possible. We don't wear suits every day. It's really important to us that we
Normally I do. Not today.
We actually have a little slogan called financial advice but without the suits. And we just want to make sure that people know that they can come to us and share their story, and that financial advice does not have to be overwhelming or intimidating, but that it's for everyone.
One of the things too is you're in many ways in this thriving corridor. So people have this perception, which I think is correct, it's a boom town in here. And you're kind of the only game in town if people want to, which is a great thing. When we sat down and talked, one of the things that we always try to do is we are small business entrepreneurship central. And you in many ways epitomize that. And you epitomize the demographic that has chosen to make Fishtown their home, which you both have as well.
Yes.
And I think that's important to note. But that's got to be that's an exciting thing is on this thriving corridor, you're the local planners in many ways.
Yes.
How best can we get that message out to people for you? So let's start with the easy thing, website.
Yes.
Yes, our website is www.theprincetongrp.com. So of
Any
course,
social media?
yes, we have LinkedIn and Facebook. So our Facebook page is just the Princeton Group, and LinkedIn is just my name and Matt's name.
Now I have to ask,
Yeah.
because when you leave work,
Yes.
you leave work together.
Yes, we do.
So how is that working together? I want to put the guy on the spot first.
Sure.
So,
Caroline is an absolutely wonderful person to have in my life, both as a professional and living together. She has been more supportive of me and everything that I could accomplish, and being able to work with her and see how she works with people directly to help them achieve whatever goals that they have is really inspiring. It's been great.
Oh,
by the way,
thank you.
I did not
Thank you.
prep him. But I'm going to ask you the same thing, but you can't repeat what he said.
Sure. Matt is an absolutely wonderful partner and business partner. It's honestly so much fun to get to work with him every day. We work so well together, and I love it. I love it.
As I'm sure people walking around Fishtown will see, you know, we're usually rarely apart.
Yes.
Well, that is true. I have seen.
We're probably at any of the amazing Fishtown restaurants, or cheering for the Eagles every Sunday in the fall, and we've really made Philadelphia and Fishtown our home, and we love it so much.
Well, I want to give an unsolicited comment. It's going to go to Caroline, of course.
Of course.
But in all seriousness, so I met Caroline at the Kensington Derby a few years ago when it was a downpour of downpours.
Yes.
And she had on her Miss Pennsylvania sash. Never, by the way, we're all looked like wet, like droopy, and everything was immaculate. But what struck me, and certainly she came to our booth to get out from the rain, but how warm and personable you were just to sit and speak, not just about, because I'm fascinated about what's it like to have the title and all that stuff, which we'll get to. But and I think this is a testament to why you do what you do, is you really have an interest in people, and why that's so very important. So how long have you been part of the Princeton Group? Because that precedes this opening here, right?
Yes. We have 10 offices, mostly in Greater Philly, the Greater Atlanta and Chicago areas, and throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And I feel like You've been at one of the longest, so you should take this question.
I've been here for 8 years. This will be my 8th year of working with the Princeton Group. But prior to that, the Princeton Group is a family business of which my dad and my stepmom started this business about, what was it, 2009, after being financial advisors at Merrill Lynch and Smith Barney for a number of decades. And we, as I always like to joke, I've been working with my dad since I was, 5 years old, stuffing envelopes, folding papers for him. So I've been here for about 8 years, and the Princeton Group in total has been around for 14, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I met them during the grand opening. Also awesome people.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. When did you move in here? 23, 27?
Last summer is when we opened this place in June.
So let's talk about, you mentioned like your dad did somewhere at Merrill Lynch and other
Sure.
places. What sets the Princeton Group, do you believe, apart from those other names that everybody has seen on TV during every football game or whatever it was? What sets what you both provide apart?
We opened this office specifically because we wanted to be in Fishtown. We didn't do this because there was a strategic reason. We didn't do this because we thought this would be a great place to open a business from a pure profits perspective. We opened this business because we wanted to be local and we wanted to be in our community and in our neighborhood. Fishtown is incredibly important. It's been a place where we can both thrive and grow and start a family together. So it's more important for us that we are part of the community as well. So sometimes if you watch those commercials, you really don't know the person. They could be from New York, they could be from DC, it doesn't really matter, but we're the kind of people that you might run into while grocery shopping.
Or bowling, last night.
Yes.
So a little bit more detail about what you offer here, because even when people think of wealth management,
Yep, such a
there's a
term,
broad.
for sure.
So why don't you share with us? Marc Collazzo comes in with his
Absolutely.
fortune,
Yes.
and I don't know anything.
Yeah,
Tell us
so-
about what we can expect.
We have a simple process. So the very first thing we like to do is have a cup of coffee and have you tell us your story.
In one of these fabulous months.
Yes. Like we said before, every story, every person is unique. So we spend a lot of time first just getting to know you, getting to know what your financial goals are. And then the second part is we put together a plan. We put numbers behind all of those goals. And then we analyze those numbers and then we come up with an investment plan and strategy to give you the best likelihood of being able to achieve those goals.
And after the decisions are made, I'm sure obviously there's always a lot of questions.
Yes.
You'll get a lot from me.
For sure.
Again, how involved do you stay now that, okay, portfolio is started, things are changing?
Yeah. Yep, and because your life changes and the market changes, and we're always a phone call or email or just, an office visit away. But we do have regular, review meetings with our clients and we keep them informed of what's happening.
So, don't to get too into the nitty gritty of what's happening there.
Yeah.
Because I always go to you and because Matt is the king of refuting any misconceptions that are out there regarding the market.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to come to you right now because certainly the perception, even though we have building galore, is rising interest rates, tougher to get money, where inflation is still a concern. Where do you see us now?
This is my favorite part of the job because I get to talk a little bit and be a nerd about my economics and everything that I love. And you nailed it exactly on the head, which is we have a high period of inflation and the remedy for that is high interest rates. And as interest rates start to get a little bit too high, people stop spending, they start saving more money, and we start to see a pullback.
You know how much the
interest
sweater
rate.
costs? by the way?
Hugely so. But more important, no, it's fine. But more importantly, what we do is we try to make sure that no matter what's happening in the market, you really don't have to worry too much about that. We make all of our investment decisions and all of your investment goals based off what your personal goals are. We can work around what's going on in the market. Yeah, of course, there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, but that's such a small portion of what we actually are doing. So what we try to do is we try to take as much risk out of what you need to accomplish and what you need to spend and what you need to save to have a healthy retirement.
We talked earlier because you are This is your community. This is your home. It's not just where you work. So besides going out and supporting all the businesses here, you both have taken an interest in trying to help the business community help themselves. Caroline, if you could talk a little bit about how you're accomplishing that.
Sure. So about 2 years ago, Matt and I co-founded Fishtown Connect, which, as you know, is an inclusive networking group for community members and business owners in Fishtown. And we have monthly meetups and events, and it's a way for the business community to get together, network, collaborate, support each other, share both our achievements and our struggles. And it was needed in the area. We have about 70 business owners and community members involved, and it's become, a thriving networking group.
It has. How can people who are interested in joining or finding out? How can they find out?
Sure. Yeah, they could reach out to me. They could look us up at on Instagram, Fishtown Connect.
Awesome. And Matt, you said it best yesterday. They had a lovely bowling event over at Brooklyn Bowl, and there were many people that I didn't know. But what struck me was you had said these people have become such great friends of yours as well. So it really does come back to creating relationships that aren't just, they might have started as part of business, but it extends that.
Exactly.
So, and again, Matt, Caroline, thank you so much for your time, but the basic question, I know many people are sitting, even people like me are thinking, how do I get started?
And give us a call. We're really, really happy to chat with anyone and to help anyone else, help anyone out to the best of our abilities. So we'll put the number on the screen of this video so that you can give us a call.
And the key is, don't be afraid to ask.
We have done everything in our power to make sure that you guys feel as welcome and as comfortable coming here and feeling like you can tell us what you want and talk to us about your goals. Our job is to make your goals happen and happen in a way that's realistic and that makes you feel comfortable in life. So just come on in, step in, we'll have a cup of coffee for you, we'll help you, we'll listen to your story, we'll listen to your goals, and hopefully help you build your future.
Remember, Princeton Group, 2327 Frankford Avenue. Come see Matt and Caroline to make sure you plan for your future. Take care, everybody.